Good morning once again from our weather center. Let's get right to the heart of the matter. We've been tracking Hurricane Earl and also Fiona in recent times because of where it was located and the forecast track that the National Hurricane Center has been projecting, also from the Bahamas Med Office and NEMA, as we've been getting a series of alerts from the NEMA recently. Here we have, look again, this is a pretty large storm. Earl is large. Again, the tops and bottom of the clouds extend beyond the length of the Bahamas if you were to lay it right alongside the Bahamas. As you can see, cloud tops way up there in the north and cloud tops way down at the bottom. And so this is no question, you will begin to see some feeder bands from this. Let's take a look at this and see how this storm has moved in the last 24 hours. And you can see that west-northwesterly flow with the outflow of clouds just approaching closer and closer to the Bahamas. And if you have experienced down in the southeastern Bahamas, clouds rolling in, complements of this storm. And as we will see later today, clouds rolling in, it will be complements of Hurricane Earl as he makes his way across the Atlantic, just paralleling the Bahamas. Let's take a look at Earl from the infrared satellite imagery. You can see the eye well defined as it makes its way up. Pretty strong Category 3 hurricane continues to make its way just to the east of the Bahamas. Right behind it is Fiona. Then, of course, out in the Atlantic, there's another tropical wave that has a 50% chance of developing. Let's bring this thing a little closer and see how, again, you will be expecting that some of the leading edge of this storm is going to come across Eleuthera, Cat Island, Abaco, possibly even as far west as Grand Bahama. But you folks right down in Long Island, Cat Island right now, cloud coverage that you're seeing that's rolling in, you'll see some bands here and there. They are a direct result of this storm as it has moved over the last 24 hours. I cannot cease to just to focus on the size of this storm. It is huge, and we are thanking God today that prayers have been answered and this baby is going out to sea and not hitting the Bahamas directly. All right, let's take a look at the radar summary. We're seeing some showers between Abaco and the nation's capital, some showers just between Abaco and North Eleuthera, some showers down near Governor's Harbor, showers down towards Rock Sound, some down in Cat Island. All the showers that you see here are directly influenced by Hurricane Earl this morning. Few showers just around Bimini and off the east coast of Florida. Here's what you can expect. Windy conditions today across the nation. It's improving in the southeast Bahamas as we go on throughout the day. But Abaco 20 to 30, New Providence 20 to 30, Grand Bahama you're slightly less, 10 to 15 to 20. That's believe it or not, Grand Bahama is far enough west. Freeport itself is 87 nautical miles from Marsh Harbor Airport as the crow flies, and so as a result 87 miles makes a big difference as far as wind flow is concerned. So while we'll get the 20 to 30 here in Abaco, 20 to 33 down in Eleuthera, Grand Bahama will get 15 to 20. Occasionally you'll get a gust if you get a squall to come through. This will not be what you'll get. You'll probably get 30, maybe even 40 in a strong gusty period. All right, let's take a look at our tropical update. Let's spend a little bit of time and tell you about this storm in detail. Earl this morning, situated at 5 a.m. this morning, 24 north, 71.2 west. Category 3, 110 knots, gusting to 135. Closely followed by Fiona, and then again this area off in the Atlantic. Let's take a look at Earl. Again, you can see very, very large storm out in the Atlantic. And let's show you the path of this storm as it will ride up east of the Abacos, coming dangerously close to the coast, east coast. Let's put this in motion so you can see it as it moves up, then makes that turn off to the north. Bring it up again so once again you see it as it moves. It will stay far enough from the Abacos that we will not expect, well, we do not expect that we should have any challenges with this storm as Earl again moves to the up across the east coast and east of the chain of islands. Great news for us in the Bahamas as a high pressure will continue to bring that storm east of our area. Now here is Fiona, that again is posing no challenge to us and is expected to, if it does get into anything serious, a minimum category 1. All indications are is that this will remain a tropical storm as it sort of follows the path that Earl takes, but slightly east of the path that Earl will take. But the general direction is going to be followed, where the folks in Bermuda will get some tropical storm force winds from that storm. Again, here's Earl as it continues to make its way as a tropical storm. For tomorrow, here's your forecast. This is Earl making its way east of the Abacos, should be moving on up into the Atlantic. But again, we're going to get some showers. We're going to get some squalls. We will get some gusty winds, rough seas, 8 to 11 foot seas offshore, ragey conditions. Small craft remain in port. I wouldn't go out unless I'm in the Duke of Topsail. That's the only thing you'd want to go out in today. And they only want to do that if Captain Michael Bethel is the captain on that. And of course, it will be really rough out there. This is not a day for you to go out to try and fishing off your favorite spot. Stay home and watch the weather. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 2nd of September, 20 to 33 knots. Again, in the Abacos, they'll be mellowing out as the day progresses. By day's end, those winds should begin to fall off, 15 to 20, 8 to 11 foot seas offshore. And again, New Providence, your winds will begin to fall off as well. Grand Bahama, you'll be 15 to 20. Abaco and Eleuthera will get to 20 to 33 knots, and they'll begin to fall off by midday tomorrow. The southern Bahamas will begin to become normal, 10 to 15 knots across the area. Looking at Friday, look at this, ladies and gentlemen, like it didn't even exist. Don't be fooled by the 10 knots of wind. The seas will still be rough and ragey out there as you go out on Friday. But look at it, 10, 10, 10, 10 knots up and down the coast of the Bahamas. That's a look at your weather for this first day of September. Don't forget, you can log on to the Abaco Disaster Committee's webpage and you can view the weather uploaded about 9:30 throughout the day. You can read, you can see this weather if you want to look at it. So again, that's Abaco Disaster Committee. Google search it. Just go type in Google. When you get on the Google search page, type in abacodisastercommittee.com or just Abaco Disaster Committee, and it will pop up. If you visited that website yesterday or you're visiting it this morning, give me a call. It has great information on it. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.